4-3. I thought Germany were better than us. Listening to what George was saying, obviously when you're on the pitch you see it differently. I thought the lack of quality, poor decision making, the amount of mistakes. Georgia mentioned there about the closing down and the compact nature in which we should have started. We didn't start that way. We saw the mistake that Leah made, and that put them straight on the front foot. Didn't have enough energy in our midfield to track and chase people down. There wasn't enough energy, and in the end I think that we were very fortunate to get away with only conceding 4 goals. I think that's easily the worst performance I've seen from the Lionesses defensively.
Disappointed for you, Kaz?
Yeah, mega disappointed. Lost to Germany as well. I agree with Righty. I think conceding 4, that is definitely the worst performance I've seen under Wiegman. Some of the I disagree with Georgia. We didn't get our basics right. I think the scoreline does flatter us. Yeah. I thought we were all over the shop, and I think this is a big game for Sarina on Tuesday, because we play South Africa and she's got some big decisions to make, because that's not good enough and that won't retain us our European title.
Normally we're really not critical of Sarina Wiegman because she's been so successful with this side, but does she shoulder any of the blame today, particularly team selection?
I think that like I said at the start, she does very much favour and trust the players she knows and likes. I think what we've done here, we've totally underestimated what Germany can do. And what we did show is that if we're going to play that lackadaisically and, you know, making the mistakes we made, you know, I didn't think Anna Hampton had a particularly good game as well today, then what will happen is Germany, who are going through a transitional period of starting over again, Laura, they'll punish you. We can't make those mistakes. We're European champions for a reason. We're good enough to be doing that. And we started that game like a team that don't know each other.
I also disagree with the fact that, OK, we knew that Germany had a new manager. But if you watch Germany in the Olympic Games, where they got a bronze medal, they were direct and they had quick players. We said before the game that Bull and Brand were going to be rapid and were going to cause us problems. We knew that Bull would cut in on her right foot and would score a goal. We should be knowing this stuff, and the teammates know, but I disagree with that. We didn't know about Germany, because we've seen those players before, and if you go and study any previous games or study the manager that's been with the boys team, you know his style, and they were always going to cause us problems today, and that wasn't good enough, and defensively we were all over the gaff.
That's our starting centre-back partnership there, and we spoke about Leah Williamson before the game and saying that she's not quite up to her usual standards. Is that an area that we really need to look at, Ian?
Well, it's not, what you need is you need your top players to get to their form. With Sarina, it doesn't matter about minutes, it doesn't matter about how long you've played. If she likes you, she wants you to play. I know that's the England captain, but Alex Greenwood is playing better at the moment. And the way Alex Greenwood takes care of that ball, we probably don't give away that goal. Those things happen for a reason. You pick people for a reason for those reasons.
Mary's probably thinking, thank God I didn't play today.
Well, I mean, by her not playing, what does that say? If you're Mary Epps and you're sat on the sidelines watching that performance, Ian, it's a very important key position, the number one as well.
It is, and you know, she's been magnificent for us. And like I said at the start of the game, is that when you're looking at the amount of players that she's stuck with, I was very surprised that Mary, playing 2 games for Paris Saint-Germain recently, didn't start the game. You know, I'm not completely hammering Hannah here, but like, she made a couple of mistakes which wouldn't have put her in good stead. Some of her decisions passing out, you know, even for the second penalty, the mistake she made by not grabbing the ball, even though I thought that wasn't a penalty. You know, those kind of mistakes, as you get further in the competition, once you do get to competition, it's going to cost you. Germany showed us that. If you're going to play poorly, you're going to get punished.
Yeah, and they did today. They lost the game 4-3 here at Wembley. The Lionesses conceding 4 goals. It is uncharted territory for this Lionesses side under Sarina Wiegman. We'll dissect the goals. We'll find out exactly how the Germans did it. We'll get more reaction from these two in the studio in a few moments' time. Join us back here at Wembley Stadium next. Hello, welcome back to Wembley, where England just lost 4-3 to Germany. We're waiting for a little bit of reaction. Hopefully we're going to hear from Sarina Wiegman, but there's lots of other football to tell you about. Actually, we're going to run you through the goals. What's important about these goals we're about to show you, they're the playoffs. So it's the first round and the first leg of these playoffs. So if you want to qualify for the Euros and you're in the playoffs, you basically have a home and away in the first round and then a home and away in the second round. So this is the first leg of the first round. I'm going to talk you through it, guys, and tell you exactly what happened tonight. tonight. So Hungary against Scotland. This was an important win for Scotland. There was only one goal in this game, and it was Tottenham's Martha Thomas.
Yeah, good reaction from Martha there. Ball coming into the box, defenders getting themselves in a bit of a pickle there. You know, she's at the wrong side, 17, but well done for Martha for reacting quickly in the box there.
Yeah, clinical finish, to be fair. Poor defending.
All right, let's move on, because we've got loads of goals to get you through this one. This is Slovakia against Wales. So Slovakia actually went 2-0 up, and obviously Wales with work to do to get them back in this one. The first goal, Martina Serwowska, which you're going to see now.
Nice finish, huh?
But edge of the box, though, you can't leave that space
So
free.
much
But
time,
it is a great finish.
Look
Put
at
up
that,
two
look.
players on the out.
Wow.
Ball getting out to them. So yeah, that's massive disappointing. Both goals conceded tonight from Wales from set pieces. This was unbelievable, though.
This one, Maria Mikolajava.
You know what's good about this one? She's so far out, all you got to do is get it over the wall there with the power. That's what's good about that one. She knew, just need to get it over the wall and it's a goal.
Wales managing to get themselves back in this game, which finished 2-1 in the end. It was a 90th minute goal, this one, from Bristol City's Spion Morgan.
To be fair, that's a good finish. You know, kept her composure, and as you said, it was late on. It's vital, you know, to go into that next leg now to see if they can try and get something from it.
Absolutely. More goals to tell you about as well. This is Croatia against Northern Ireland. This one in the end finished 1-1. Northern Ireland actually equalised in the last minute, but what was quite interesting about this game is it was the same player who scored both of these goals, Logna, who basically conceded the penalty or scored the penalty first of all, and then scored an own goal too, just to measure things up.
I mean, we've seen some silly decisions tonight, and that's up there with it, isn't it? What finished, and then again, set piece has been a big theme throughout Europe for the women's game. But wow, again, near post, dangling legs out from defenders, don't move your feet. Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, there goes that one. Croatia, Northern Ireland finishing 1-1. One more game to tell you about as well. This one, there were 6 goals in this game. They all went to the Republic of Ireland. This was against Georgia, and it was in Georgia. We're only going to show you one goal, and it's Katie McCabe for Arsenal.
Oh,
no way.
Oh, keeper. What?
See, I don't like seeing goals like that.
I do, I love it.
That's a terrible goal. That's terrible goalkeeping.
Luckily, there were 5 other goals in this game, so that one wasn't the decider. That one actually was I think it was 3-0 that one in the end. So look, congratulations to Republic of Ireland. Georgia with a lot of work to do in the second leg if they're going to get back into this from 6 goals down. And just a reminder as well, they are 2-legged fixtures. You've got to win the 2 rounds to get through to the playoffs, and then you're through to Euros. Did I make that clear enough, do you think?
I don't know. I can see your mouth moving, but I can't.
2-legged, I think you said.
2-legged. Two-legged fixtures. You've got to win 2 rounds of the playoffs to get through to the quite clear, actually. Right, anyway, we're going to hear from Sarina Wiegman very, very shortly, the England manager. She has never conceded 4 goals in her reign as England manager before, but she's got to do it tonight, and she's going to face up to the cameras next and tell us exactly what went on and why England lost to Germany in Wembley. OK, we're back in a couple of minutes. Well, Wembley Stadium are really leading the way with their 2 sensory rooms, which are available for fans who might find large atmospheres slightly overwhelming. Now, these are particularly popular with families of neurodivergent children, and they're a really great way to make football at Wembley as inclusive and welcoming as possible. But I'm not sure they would want to have experienced tonight's game, because England just lost 4-3 to Germany, and we're going to find out what the manager thinks. Sarina Wiegman, she is speaking now with Katie Shanahan.
Game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a game very high level. 2 teams that are really equal, and 2 teams that want to attack. So it was a very open game for me. I thought a little bit too open at times for us. And
why do you think that was?
Yeah, well, because we have many players in front of the ball. We wanted to press high, and if you don't get that right against Germany at moments, and they challenge us tactically too, then they're really dangerous when they move forward. And I also think, if I talk about us, we had moments that we lost the ball, unforced errors, and then they're gone. So we definitely want to do that better. But they had a lot of players in front of the ball all the time too, and that makes them really dangerous when they came close to our goal, but also when we won the ball, then we had opportunities to go forward.
Defensively, what concerned you most about the performance tonight?
Losing the ball at moments we shouldn't lose the ball. I thought our defense started with being tighter on the ball and taking out more unforced errors. And also, of course, we've been challenged because Germany is really good, very physical. If we had taken out those unforced errors more, because it happens in football, but of course, the higher level you have, the less unforced errors you have, then they can't counterattack. And there are moments tactically they challenged us, so we want to press higher, but we need to find out the triggers. When do we wait and be really compact, and when do we go?
As for the penalty incident at the end, which led to Germany's 4th goal, what did you make of that?
Yeah, unfortunately, of course, Hannah dropped the ball. For my vision, but it doesn't count because they got a penalty. Alessia got the ball away, and yes, that was a penalty. So yeah, of course, I haven't seen it. The VAR had looked over it. I found it very, very unlucky.
Bigger picture, work to do.
Oh, absolutely, but I didn't expect not to do anything. Now, that's why we play these games. It's top level games. We're being challenged. If we don't get the things really right, we're being exploited. And that's what we want, because we want to see where we are now. We want to get as much information as possible. Players get playing minutes so they can show where they are at the moment, they can show connections. And that's what we really need moving forward in our preparation for the Euros.
Thanks, Sarina.
Thank you.
Talk about work to do and lessons that you can learn from a performance like that. Kaz, what were those lessons?
I think that tactically, I agree with her. We got it wrong. I thought we got overloaded far too much in the wide areas and there was too much space. But we lost our individual battles, so we got the basics wrong as well. Just simple keeping the ball. So I think there's a lot to do, but I do agree with what you said earlier and what we felt from the start. That's the worst defensive display I've seen by England.
I think
Sarina.
The press was so unorganised. I don't know, she's saying how good they are on the counter. You don't need to be good when the press is that poor, especially for the first goal and then for the second goal. Then one on the left side and one on the right side. They sucked us in over that side, one diagonal ball, bam, and they were in. Those things shouldn't be happening at this level.
I don't even think you press Germany. But when you press a team and you know they're that quick and they're that good on the counter-attack, just sit and wait like we did, and then we got some good moments from them. But we went and tried to press
them. Ella should have scored with one of them as well.
It's not the right decision for me to do that.
Why does that happen? Why does a team who are as experienced as a lot of these members are, with quite a lack of rotation, as we mentioned at the start of the show, why does that happen?
I don't know. I think there's maybe a little bit of complacency. I wouldn't like to say it's only because the team are so together and they know each other so well, but it did seem a little bit lethargic, passing. Like I say, they need some more energy in the midfield. It was totally bypassed, by whether it was a pass or by pace, it was totally bypassed. And it's going to be interesting to see what she does in respect of bringing new people into the squad that's going to change it up, because I think it needs a little bit of a change up. Not just the players like Jess Park or Grace Clinton, players like that to come in. It needs other players as well to come, some younger players to freshen the whole place up a little bit.
Do players need to feel under pressure for their positions to actually step up? Is the complacency because there's so much loyalty in this team?
Well, I think when you've got the best centre-back in Alex Greenwood that's been consistent for 2 years now, who can't... She would sit down with Sarina Wiegman and probably say to her, why am I not playing? And I don't think Sarina Wiegman could give her an answer. And make her say, you need to do this to get in the team, because watch her week in, week out, she's so consistent and so good. And she's just unfortunately playing up against the England captain. But I think when someone's playing that good and can't get into the team, that for me causes problems elsewhere. And even Chloe Kelly hasn't played and can come on. So it's
all right,
challenging.
Well, look, work to do, and then the next game on Tuesday we'll see if the team changes. Our team doesn't know. You two will be alongside me. Great to have you here as always, guys. The European Championship of Darts continues tomorrow. It's live from Dortmund with the second round, 11:45 on ITV1. The national hunt season swings back into Cheltenham and Aintree this weekend. Plus the domestic Group 1 flat race of the season takes place at Doncaster. You can join Ollie Bell for coverage, ITV1, 12:55 tomorrow. And in the evening, we have our usual roundup, the EFL highlights from 10:45. We will see you all next Tuesday for the Lionesses' next match against South Africa on ITV4 from 7. See you then.